Yeah, Niger's he's feeling good. Everything's good with Niger. Just we're in this 15, 16 game stretch, and Niger. I'm not going to play him 162 games. I got to find a game now and then, and as well as keeping Willie sharp, get Willie in the ball game. But Niger's going to. I I hope he plays 145, 150 games, but if injury stops that, we can't control that. But I really don't want to get a pace where I just never give him a day off, and so a couple of months at least we'll get him.
Does the few lefties you guys have been facing anything to do with the timing of it? What are you seeing from Niger?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do it against a right-handed pitcher, but we've seen a lot of lefties lately, and he's doing a good job. He's getting on base against the lefties. I'm not sure what his batting average is against them. I think he's getting his hits, and the main thing is he's getting on. He's kind of creating havoc out there, which is what we like from him, and he's playing a good center field. So just try to keep him strong. Well, I'm going to play him a lot. He's playing very well. He's played second. He's played short. We've toyed around with the idea in the outfield that may happen, but I want to get him a lot of at bats. I want to get Kennedy and Desmond a lot of at bats at the end of the year. If they've all got the same number and it's a high number, that's fine. If it plays out that somebody just is not to be denied and they just force themselves in there every day, then that's going to cut back on somebody else's at bat. But that's that's generally the way things happen. But right now, it's a nice little rotation of them in there.
How's Christian to you so far from an offensive standpoint?
I think he's typical Christian Guzman. He's getting his hits. He's driving the ball, especially from the right side. But the left side, he's really had some great at bats. Christian's just a good player. He's a guy that if you're in the other dugout, you worry when he comes up because he, as I said yesterday, he can hit, period, but he's tough to figure out how to pitch too because he can hit balls that are out of the strike zone. He can hit balls down around his shoes and up around his shoulders. So it's tough to have a plan against him. Only that that's what it's all about. If you pitch good, you're probably going to win. It usually turns out that way, and that's what we were hoping for. I think everybody kind of got out of the blocks in spring training a little slow. We did not get ground balls. We didn't establish ourselves in spring training as a ground ball staff, but these last 3 or 4 games, we've gotten a lot of ground balls. Even Craig Stammen's start, which the line score didn't look good. The first inning, he got 3 ground balls that we didn't get any outs on. If those turn into outs, that game looks different also. So the key is for our staff is to do what these guys have done lately, is to be low in the strike zone, get ground balls, and take your chances on our defense making the plays, which they've been making the plays. So it's no coincidence that we won those ball games when those guys pitched that well. Just the same thing, what I just talked about, really. Just low strikes, ground balls. He's a pro, work fast, does all the things that he can do, and go out there the way he did against Philadelphia early on, as he went 3 or 4 innings and got nothing but ground balls and was throwing very well. When he went into the stretch, something happened there. He didn't have the same release point, wasn't getting the ground balls, and things kind of went haywire for about a 4-hitter sequence in a row until he made what looked like a pretty good pitch to Utley hit it out. But just kind of the way he started out that Philadelphia game, we'd like to see him do that today.
Where, talking about how you get Niger day off in the stretch, do you think it'll be the same for Williams?
Yeah, that's possible somewhere in here. He's seeing the ball very well right now. last year we had a lot of conversations, actually after the year, about Josh, about trying to figure out when to get him a day off, because he's a pretty vital part of our lineup right in the middle there, and just to make sure everything holds up physically, that he's in there for the long haul. So there's going to be a day probably in this homestand that we do get him a day off.
Is that hard thing to balance when guys seemingly see the ball a little jump?
Yeah, and if he's just that hot, then maybe we just wait it out. But you don't want to overdo it. You just try to get a feel for it with conversations with him and the trainers and everybody. But he's feeling good. He's playing good. He's running very aggressively. He's taking every opportunity to take the extra base and steal bases, and playing good outfield, hitting the ball. So he's in there. Yeah, he came out of that fine yesterday. He hit a couple doubles, hit the ball well, and the doubles he was able to kind of go into second base easy. The concern is if you're trying to sprint in there home, on a base hit, single, trying to score, and when that happens, you're trying to score one for the team, and the catcher's blocking the plate, so you got to be a little careful there. But he's feeling good. Yeah, I think most guys, it's hard to tell them not to go 100%, because that's what we're striving to get them to do. We're real adamant about running balls out, hit ground balls, you hit pop-ups, give a good effort to first base. Fans are paying to see these games. They don't want to see you jogging out ground balls and stuff. But we do have to be smart. If we hit a ball that it's a one-hopper to third baseman, you're not out of the box yet, and you got a bad hamstring, we don't want you to blow it out on 99% chance you're going to be out anyway. Just give a reasonable effort, and when your leg is feeling like that.
Jim, with Justin, do you notice anything different in his approach to the plate now as opposed to when he was struggling so mightily in spring training?
Not really. He was a work in progress last year for Rick Eckstein. Rick did some things with him that I felt helped him in September. And for whatever reason, it wasn't carrying over to spring training. He just wasn't hitting the fastball. But he's picked it up, maybe relaxed a little bit those few days he went down to Syracuse. I don't know. I mean, I'd be making it up if I said I know what the mechanical, technical differences are, why somebody's hitting or why they're not. As the manager, you're just looking for results. As far as the technique, he and Rick they've got that, and I'm just looking for the results.
Jim, I just want to make sure, Stan, you don't have any concerns about him, especially what he's done these last two starts?
No, I think Stammen had the best spring of anybody in our club, with maybe the exception of Lannon. So you factor in what he did for us last year, the success he had, the spring that he had. I'm not going to panic on a couple starts, but I do feel that the results could have been a lot better for him with just a little bit of luck. I mean, three ground balls in the first inning to get nothing to show for it, and then you give up 4 runs. Those 3 runs all scored. That could have been a 1 or 2 run inning, and then who knows where we go from there. But that's the thing about, if you're not going to strike people out, you got to have a little bit of luck, because the ball is going to be in play. So you hope the ball is hit at somebody or near enough that you can make a play. So he just didn't have any.
Jim, back to Rick Eckstein for a second. Just having a guy like him that is just one of the hardest I've ever seen as far as coaches, and just his year-round work. I mean, have you ever seen somebody work so hard?
I don't think so. He's really dedicated to it. He loves it, and he's really passionate about hitting. He loves to teach it. He's the whole package. He's knowledgeable. He's very easy for the hitters to approach, and he goes and gets them. He doesn't give up on them. And he's the modern day guy too. Technology.